We've been talking about accessories that you may not know about, and we have one we think you may not seen or not know exactly what it is. This is our 3P as well as our 2P clamp bridges. So this does exactly what the title says. It bridges a gap and allows you to clamp 2 things at once, or 3 things, or even balls. You can do spheres with this. Any way you can find to use these is the correct way, but these are going to work in conjunction with one of our professional screw clamps. We talked about in a past video where you can replace the prisms on your screw clamp, and that's exactly what this accessory does, is replace the prism that you can just pull, pop it right off. And you can get these in aluminum, stainless, polyimide, different materials and different shapes depending on what you're using your clamps for. And this will snap right on to the ball on the end of the clamp. So now we have a clamping bridge that we can bridge across a gap and clamp 2 things with one single clamp. So this could either help if you don't have a lot of clamps or you're running out on a big project. This could help you clamp 2 things at once. Let's say you got 2 pieces of metal that's going in a Y configuration and you just can't fit 2 clamps in the center. That's where this is going to come in handy. So really handy, useful tool, fully adjustable. You can move the feet in or out. You can also replace the prisms that's on this with some of our polyimide, aluminum, stainless prisms if you're working with certain materials where you don't need this exact style prism on them. So they're fully adjustable and modular. And again, we have the 2P as well as a 3P, and they're powder coated finish, super nice. So let's show you how you would use them on a table with some material. So we have this ball here, and let's say we wanted to add this to the joint area of Pete's leg, and because this has a perfect area to hold this. So we can set that right there, but we need a way to clamp against it. And let's pretend that this is steel and we're wanting to weld it to Pete's leg. So that's where this 3P clamping bridge would come in handy. So we're going to put this up on these squares we have mounted on this. We got a lot of moving parts here. Now we have this ball held exactly in place where we can put a bead of weld if it was a steel ball. Now we can move the feet in on this to grip smaller surface areas, and it's more set up in the outer adjustment for larger spheres and stuff, but this will hold that right in place. Again, we could do a bead across the back of it, lock that down. If you're doing an art project or something, that's where this is going to come in handy. And again, any way you find to use this is the correct way to use it. So the 3P clamping bridge is going to come in handy no matter if you're using steel, just square tubing, rectangle tubing, sheet metal, or even trying to weld up a sphere. Because it's fully adjustable, you're going to find a lot of ways to use this in your shop. The biggest area this is going to shine is when you have a lot of tools and a lot of steel on your welding table and you're trying to consolidate how many clamps you're using, try to get that number down. So maybe you need to get into a spot to weld and you just have too many clamps in the way. This is going to replace 3 clamps with 1 accessory, and that's what's so handy about it. And again, we have the different feet. You can get this in aluminum, stainless, polyimide, or the nitride, whatever fits your needs or the material that you're working with, and it's going to help to spread that load over a larger surface area if you're working with thin material and you don't want to warp it up or bend it. So these are extremely handy. It's a must-have in any fabrication shop, and I think you guys can find more uses for it. So let us know what you would use this for in your shop. If you have any questions or comment, also put those down below. Check these out on our website. Thank you guys so much for checking out this Sigmund 3P clamping bridge for the Sigmund welding tables. That kind of ended weird, but... Huh, okay.